Hello everyone. Once again, welcome to my channel. My name is Shiva Krishnan and I upload videos related to data analytics and its tools such as Power BI and Excel. And at times, I upload videos related to writing prompts to AI. So, in case you are new to my channel, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you. And to the existing subscribers, I would like to thank you very much for your continuous support. And your support and your encouragement really motivates me to add a lot of value on this channel. Okay, so as I've said earlier, that our objective is to grow together. All right, we are going to build a like-minded community here on this platform so that we can crack the interviews and get high-paying jobs. All right, and I'm assuming that that's why you guys continue to watch my videos, right? So if that is so true, then I request you to watch every video till the end, because believe me or not, the uh, situation, I mean, the DAX query, the formulas in Excel, all right, every formula that I explain, every DAX query that I explain, the dashboards that I do, all these are going to be very much similar to what you may be doing in real life, all right. So the interviewer will definitely ask all these questions based on scenarios, and I try my level best to cover all them, most of them in this channel. Okay, so do watch my video till the end, including this one. Okay, today, so in this video we are going to learn two DAX queries, in fact more than two or three more DAX queries, a combination of that. So let's get started. And in last video you have learned how to write and DAX query, A and D. Okay, so in this video we'll be using a combination of if and. All right, ideally we'll be using a nested and within if. So what it means is that if bracket open A and D, and then bracket open and once again A and D. So that will be more complex for you. So first let us understand the combination of if and. All right, and before we move forward, let me also explain that why we are doing that. It's because the if condition only checks one condition, and basis that it returns the result as true or false. And in AND condition, we'll be able to test the multiple conditions, multiple logical. So what is the point of using if and multiple if, I mean one single if and multiple and, is to evaluate two or more than two columns, three columns in fact, right? So I'll explain this to you. We have this data set called employee ID, department, years of experience, as certification, and performance rating. So we are going to find out the candidates who are actually eligible to apply for IGP, right? You must have heard about this term, is the internal job posting, and some people even mock it by calling it as internal job politics and things like that. Okay, so that is for people who are mocking it, but on a serious note, people who are uh, in an informal environment and in a professional setting, IJP means internal job posting, right? So we have to find out the candidates who are actually eligible to apply for IGP, right? So I'll mention this as eligible status. This is just to give you an understanding of how if and can be used, and then I'll be creating another column called eligibility, uh, IGP eligibility status. That will be the actual column. Okay, and there's a reason behind that, because first let us understand what is if and. All right, so I've opened the bracket if, and then I've wrote and, A and D. So we are going to evaluate two columns here. Okay, this is only for your conceptual understanding, and the actual will be once we are complete once we are completely done with this particular DAX query. Okay, so pay attention. I request you to pay attention. All right, So first we are going to evaluate years of experience. If it is greater than 5, comma, then we're going to say has certification is equals to yes, meaning we are going to evaluate whether the candidate has got more than 5 years of experience and whether the candidate has got certification. Okay, and if these two conditions are met, if these two conditions are met, then we will say eligible. Otherwise we'll simply say not eligible. Okay, if it did not make any sense, well, I'll explain this to you. If you did not understand, I'll explain this to you. Okay, this is if it is true, it's eligible. You can figure out this is done. Now if it is false, then we'll say not eligible. Okay, and we'll close the bracket. So first we had evaluated these two conditions, and basis that if the both the conditions are met as per the A and D DAX query, then it will be eligible. Otherwise it will be not eligible. I'll close the bracket and hit enter, and in some time, you may have to excuse me that Power BI got stuck. It happens once in a while. I think the Power BI is back. So let's find out. Okay, right. So this text query has been completed. All right. However, this does not give us the complete picture because we have not evaluated performance rating. Right. That's where the actual, if and nested and will come into picture. Nested and basically means a combination of multiple and, it's and within and DAX query. That is going to be more advanced. All right. So kindly pay attention to this. Okay, these two have been done. All right. So now I'll be clicking on another column and let's find out. And trust me, if you were to explain this to your recruiter, if the recruiter gives you data set, and recruiter may most likely ask you to, you know, do the combination of if and multiple and if you were to demonstrate that, the recruiter is most likely going to be impressed. Okay, so here we have I'm going to write this IGP eligibility status, and be rest assured I will upload this video in Hindi also after some time. Okay, so IGP eligibility status is equals to if A and D, we'll close bracket, and once again I'll open another and. All right, so here I'll mention years of experience greater than 5. That's the first condition. The second condition that needs to be met is has certification. That needs to be yes. Okay, so both these conditions are met. That's within the first and DAX query. Okay, it will check for these two conditions, whether the candidate is applying for IGP, the employee is applying for IGP if that person has got more than 5 years experience, and if that person has got a certification. All right, and then we'll look for, we'll skip the first logical condition because the first logical condition is actually met in the first and DAX query. That's why we are skipping that. Okay, and then we're going to say, we will write performance rating if it is excellent, and then we're going to close the bracket. So before I do that, I'll explain this once again, all right, so that you can understand what I'm trying to explain. Within if, we have wrote and a and d, and once again within that we have wrote another a and d, all right, and then we had mentioned that the employee's experience should be greater than 5. Check for that, and then check for whether the employee has certification, yes or no. Okay, the employee has certification as yes, the employee has certification, and the employee has got more than 5 years. Then it will check for another condition, which is excellent. The performance rating needs to be excellent for last 5 years. If these three parameters are met, okay, then we want the result to be displayed as eligible to apply in inverted commas. Otherwise, we will say not eligible. Okay, and then we will close the bracket and we will hit enter. This will give us the actual result. It will take some time. Okay, so you can see that most of the employees are filtered out, because obviously in an organization, right, you would, as a hiring manager, you would need the best candidate for that particular position. Now some of you, you know some people may argue and say that there is internal job politics, I mean office politics happening and all that. See, that happens to some extent, which will be there in most of the organizations, or in fact in every organization. However, there are people who are skilled enough, and yeah, so you can see that way, like it's kind of I would say more than 60 to 70% of people who successfully crack the IGP, they are most likely, they are well deserving. Okay, with the exception that, oh yes, there will be few people who may not be that deserving, and they are able to have a good rapport with their senior manager, and basis that they get their promotion and everything. To some extent they'll be able to climb the ladders, but after that, um, their promotion you know actually does not do, I mean, they do struggle within the organization. They may have their own struggles too, but even if they don't have any struggles, or it is apparent that they may be doing well, that is a completely different thing altogether. We will not get into that. Okay, so the bottom line is that most people, when they uh, crack the IJP, is because they are well deserving, right? So that is why we have wrote this DAX query. Okay, so I'll filter out, I'll click on eligible to apply, and you can figure out that there's just 19 people amongst 200 employees. You only have 19 people who are eligible to apply for that particular department, and then amongst these, only one or two will be selected for that particular department. And this is how it works in a real life world also, right? So I hope that you would have been able to understand what we did today. Okay, in case if you did not understand, do pause the video and watch it from the beginning. All right, pause this, pay attention carefully to how I have written the combination of if and in this particular column. Pause the video and then continue, so that you will be able to understand, because this is very very advanced. All right, and I can assure you, bet you that in these kind of scenarios will be there in real life world also. okay, wherein you have to find out something about the product status, or some other scenarios where if and nested and both these, the combination of both these will be applicable. Okay, so once again I would like to repeat this, that do not fall for the um, videos where they say that you can create a dashboard and get a high paying job. Well, dashboard is just one part. The data analyst does several things, to be very honest. Okay, the complete picture is never shared uh, in the ads that you see. These guys, they sell their courses. For selling the courses, they give some fake promises, false promises, and they do not honor any of them. Okay, so don't fall for that. Okay, cracking the interview of a Power BI analyst is not that easy. I mean, the interviewer will cross question you on several scenarios to find out whether you're really well versed with Power BI or not. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I hope you would have been able to find some value out of this video. Okay, and if you found value, then do support this channel and share this with your friends who are interested in making a career as a data analyst. All right, so thank you so much for patiently watching this video. Take care, have a lovely day. Okay, bye bye.